Hello YouTube, we're on the Real Programming channel. Welcome, I am its host. My name is Andrei. I greet you. And this is our second lesson about HTML and PHP MySqL. We will talk about the HTML form has problems. Owen's report and Abduction forum is up and running, but he doesn't get much information from users. Okay? Is Fang's abduction really such an isolated incident, or is sometimes something wrong with his form? Let's see what the users have to say about it. Okay, you can read this and somehow Owen's form is extracting more frustration than information from visitors to his site. What's going on here? Do you have any ideas about how to fix the form? The form looks okay. Does the problem have something to do with that mail-to part? Yes. The HTML form code is fine, but email-to isn't a good way to deliver form data. Owen's form is perfectly fine until the user clicks the report abduction button. At that point you rely on mail to package up the form data in email, but this email doesn't get sent automatically. It's created in the default email program on the user's computer instead. And the real kicker, the user has to send the mail themselves in order for the data to get sent to you. So you have no control over the mail delivery, meaning that it may or may not successfully make the trip from your web form to their browser, to their email client and back to your as an email message. Not good. You need a way to take control of the delivery of the web form. More specifically, you need PHP to package the form data into email message and then make sure it gets sent. This involves shifting your attention from the client HTML, mail, etc. to the server PHP. The form's wonderful until you click report abduction, then all bets are off. HTML acts on the client. Owen's form is written in pure HTML with an mail-to form action that attempts to send the form data via email. Although the report HTML web page comes from the web server, it's filled out and processed entirely on the user's web browsers. Owen's web server software runs here, also known as a server. The first browser that requires Owen's web page which includes the form. I'd like Owen's report on Abduction web page, please. Your computer browser software runs here, also known as a client. And second, the server returns the HTML code for the web page. And third, the user fills out the form and submits it. 4. The form action. The tag tells the browser to ask the user's email program to create an email. 5. The user's email program creates an email with the form data. It's up to the user to actually send it to Owen. The server never touches the data entered into web forms that use mail-to. Owen may or may not get the mail. The server's whole role here is limited to just delivering on the web page to the browsers. When the user submits the form, the browser client is left to its own devices to work out how to get the form data sent via email. The client isn't equipped to deliver form data. That's a job for the server. PHP acts on the server. PHP lets you take control of the data. A user types into the form by mailing it to you transparently. The user types his abduction story into the form. He hits the report abduction button and he is done. The PHP code creates the email message, sends it to you and then generates a web page confirmation for the user. 1. The browser asks for Owen's web page, and the second, the server responds with the HTML code for the web page. 3. User fills out and submits the form passing form data to a PHP script on the server. 4. The PHP script generates an HTML confirmation page and mails the form data to Owen. 5. The server sends an HTML confirmation to the browser. Owen is guaranteed to get a nicely formatted mail. Check the boxes for where you think a PHP script belongs. Choice of these 4 answers. You can answer for me in comments, for example. Please, PHP scripts run on the server. PHP code runs on the server and stored in PHP scripts that usually have a .php extension. PHP scripts often look like normal HTML web pages because they can contain both HTML content and CSS code. In fact, when the server runs a PHP script, the end result is always pure HTML and CSS so every PHP script ultimately gets turned into HTML and CSS once it's finished running on the server. Let's take a closer look at how a PHP script changes the flow of Owen's web forms. 1. The client web browser requires an HTML web page, in this case the report and abduction form. And 2. The server returns the HTML web page. Clicking report, abduction submits the form data to the PHP script on the server. The user fills out the form and submits it, causing the browser to pass along the form data to a PHP script on the server. PHP is a server-side programming language. It runs on a web server. 5. The server returns a pure HTML web page that was generated by the PHP script. The PHP script runs on the server. Although the page name shows up with a .php name in the browser, it's pure HTML at this point. And last 4 or 5 before 5 should be 4. The server runs the PHP script which sends an email and generates an HTML confirmation web page. And then 5. The server returns the pure HTML web page that was generated by the PHP script. And 6. The browser displays the confirmation web page. The user sees confirmation web page. This is. And 7. The email is delivered to Owen inbox. Owen receives the email. Okay, but what actually causes a PHP script to get run on the server? A form element section attribute is what connects a form to a PHP script, causing the script to run when the form is submitted. Forms are created using the HTML form tag, and every form tag has an action attribute. Whatever file name you set the action attribute to is used by the web server to process the form when it is submitted. So if Owen's PHP script is named report PHP, then the form tag that connects it to the form looks like this. Okay. Look like like this. Okay. When the user clicks the report data abduction in the form or the action form causes the report PHP script run by on the server process the form data. The action attribute of the form tag is what causes the PHP script to run on the server when its form is submitted. And use PHP to access the form data. There are no dumb questions. We will talk about this in the next lesson. And this is our third lesson are over about PHP and MySqL. And you will find the code on the materials of the lesson under this video in the description link to Google Drive. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please. Should put likes, share with friends, comment and meditate, do exercise in the evening preferably, and do exercise with drink water for the brain. Okay, thank you, bye.